welcome to WSWA TV. I'm Meridith May, publisher and editorial director for the Tasting Panel magazine. And I'd love to introduce you to somebody that's got legendary connections. Welcome, Ethan Wayne.
Meridith, thank you.
Good to see you and welcome to WSWA TV. Ethan, you are launching a new brand, Duke Bourbon, and named after your legendary father, John Wayne.
Yes.
John Wayne. Tell us about the product.
Well, I took over our family business a few years ago, and my life with my father was kind of bold and adventurous. 3 months on location in Durango, and then 3 to 6 months on the boat somewhere else exploring, maybe Mexico or Alaska. He liked to work hard, get up early, accomplish something during the day, and then sit down with friends and have a nice glass of bourbon or tequila or whatever he felt like drinking that night with his pals, discuss the day, go to bed, get up and do it again. So what I felt was missing from our line of John Wayne merchandise that we take a portion of the proceeds and fund the John Wayne Cancer Foundation with were items that he really loved in his personal life. Now, bourbon was something that, you know, he had a lot of life experience, and he knew what he wanted out of a bourbon or out of a wine. So a few years ago, I dug into storage with a couple of friends of mine, Jason Woodbridge and Chris Radomski, who are top winemakers.
We'll talk about them later.
And we found all the bourbon that he had before he died.
And we're
so
talking how many bottles?
we're talking cases and cases of, you know, fine wines, different liquors, but, you know, a lot of bourbon. And so, you know, I told the guys, hey, this is something that was a big part of my father's life. It was important to him. He enjoyed it. He had enough life experience to know what he wanted out of a bourbon. And we had all the examples of what he drank, and then also some notes on how he thought a bourbon should be made.
Did you taste through any of these samples?
Oh yeah. No, we've spent well over a year developing this.
And the name Duke, of course.
Duke is appropriate.
And the photo?
That's artwork that we created.
Is that from a specific movie?
No, it's just John Wayne.
And I love what it says. When you drink down a little bit, is that,
You have to get through about a third of the bottle to get
and
there.
what does it say?
It says a man's got to do what a man's got to do.
Give us a little history on that line.
Well, it's one of his quotes from a film, and you know, it meant something to me because, you know, in running this business and in dealing with sort of collectible product for celebrities, you know, there's always going to be cups and mugs and plates and things out there, and there's a place for that. But again, what I thought was missing were things that my father used in his life. You know, when you travel like that and you go for 3 to 6 months to make a film or go away on the boat, you end up with a favorite mug and a favorite jacket and a favorite pair of shoes that work for the situation that you're in. And so I wanted to focus on those types of products that I knew were part of the fabric of his life. And if we're going to put his name on something, it should be something that he would have appreciated. And after finding his tasting notes and what he kept in his liquor cabinet, I think we've done him proud with this product.
So there are so many brown spirits and bourbons on the market. Tell me about the taste profile and your vision on
Look,
where this is
John
going.
Wayne was not trendy. He was timeless. So when we focus on something, we focus on the timeless aspects of whatever it is that we're doing, not what's trendy. So this is, you know, just like the label says, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's a blend, and we're very happy with it. I think other people that have tried it are very happy with it, and I hope the public is very happy with it. I'm not going to get too technical on how we did it or how we came up with it, but it was a labor-intensive product, and I relied not only on what I had in our notes, but also on Jason and Chris, because they've done such a fantastic job crafting wines.
Right, let's talk about Jason and Chris, and let's start with Jason Woodbridge. And those who don't know him, one of the most admired winemakers out there.
Big, bold, outspoken, and focused on nothing but quality. Like quality comes before all else, and that's what I liked about
Famous
the guy.
for 100-acre wines.
100-acre Cabernet, layer cake, cherry pie,
And Chris
Fortunate
Radomski,
Son, and Chris.
visionary.
Yeah, visionary, business partner. They'd always been interested in distilling. They distilled ports and brandies. In fact, our first product for the partnership was a brandy. But my goal is, I've never been a bourbon distiller. So I've got to go out and find people who are craftsmen at a level that my father was a craftsman in film. And so I needed to find guys who were at an equal level of craftsmanship in their discipline. So I was really lucky and very happy to have worked with and become friends with Chris and Jason, because they helped a tremendous amount to get this product to where it is.
Is it available in the market right now?
Yeah, it's going to be distributed by Southern Wine and Spirits, and in Texas it'll be distributed by Republic, and that will grow. Obviously, this is the first bottle, so it's just hitting the market.
Of course, Chris Radomski and Jason Woodbridge and Ethan Wayne are on the cover of the April issue of the Tasting Panel magazine, which is out right now, and the story includes photos of you with your dad. And I asked you before, unlike today's celebrity kids, you weren't hounded by paparazzi when you were a child.
I came later. My dad had 4 children with his first wife, and I came from his third wife, so he was 56 when I was born. And right after I was born, we left Los Angeles and we moved to a little town called Newport Beach. That was pretty quiet, and a little beach community, a harbor community, and he'd been going there for years. There were no paparazzis, there were no celebrity issues down there per se. I had a lot of freedom. I could ride my bike to school and spent my days at the beach, and odd jobs and things like that. So no, I didn't grow up going to Hollywood parties or being around other celebrities or their children.
So now you're in a different industry all of a sudden, which a lot of people compared to the entertainment industry, they think that our wine and spirits and hospitality industry is as glamorous. And you're going to be a spokesperson, you'll be in front of a lot of cameras. Does that kind of excite you, promoting the brand, being the face?
What excites me is if I ever have to go face my dad again, that I can look at him and say, yeah, we created this for you, in your honor. I'm tasked with, preserving and protecting his name, and the only way you can do that is to be out there in the marketplace and own trademarks so that other people can't do it. And I wanted to make sure that whatever we did was something that he would have enjoyed in his life if he was here. And I think this is a terrific product. I think he'd be very happy with it. We do some guns, we do knives, we're doing charcoal and rubs, we do beef jerky, we're going to work on some outerwear. All things that were in his bags if he traveled. When we traveled, I carried the booze, I also carried the clothes, I carried the equipment to the car, to the boat, or wherever it was. So I know what he used. I was right there with him. If you look at, I have a dog that follows me everywhere, and I was just like that with my father. I love the guy. And so at the end of the day, if I ever have to bump into him again, I want to say, hey, try this. I think you're going to like it. And I hope he'd be happy that his name's on something that's special.
This really does. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's such a great story. It's a little bit of history. It's American history for sure. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you. We'll be back with more WSWA TV.